Good morning and welcome to another Hump Day Hallelujah. I'm Pastor Scott, coming to you from Ascension Lutheran Church in Citrus Heights. This morning I'm coming to you from my study at the conference table in my study, and I'm sitting here at the table. There's no food on it, but that's because today is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. And a few reminders before I get too far into this. One, if you haven't taken your turkey out of the freezer, it's probably too late, but go ahead and take it out and Google some ways to quickly defrost it. It's going to take a couple of days under refrigeration, but there are ways to get that bird ready to cook tomorrow. And the other is, if you haven't already set your DVR to record the Macy's, they're not a sponsor and I don't work for them, but the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, you're going to want to go ahead and click record for that. The other big event happening tomorrow, in addition to Thanksgiving, the 49ers are playing. It's about 5 or 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. They're playing in Seattle. So you're going to want to record that or be sure to tune in for that as well. But here we are on the day before Thanksgiving, and it makes me think or reminds me of some of my favorite Thanksgivings. For a few years, for 8 years, we lived in Connecticut, in close proximity to New York City. And twice we had the privilege of heading into New York City for Thanksgiving and to see the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in person. And while it's really good on TV and it's a lot warmer, and out here on the West Coast, you can record it and watch it later. There's nothing quite like getting up early on Thanksgiving morning and bundling up and going out and seeing the parade, seeing those balloons go floating by as you stand on the street in New York City. One year, on a trip into New York, we saw the parade, and then later that day, or maybe it was the next day, I think it was later that day, we went and saw the Rockettes Christmas Spectacular, and to see the Rockettes at Radio City Music Hall in person for a person who's from the West Coast was a very memorable experience. I'm sure you have some Thanksgiving celebrations and traditions that you've carried on through your family, and some memories of some particular Thanksgivings that stick out in your mind. My niece was born on Thanksgiving one year, and my parents ditched us and went off to the hospital and left me and my grandma to make Thanksgiving dinner. For me, it actually is not the meal that's the front and center on Thanksgiving. I'm a vegetarian, and so it's been a lot of years since I've eaten the turkey. I do like the sides, but even more than that, I like the gathering, being together with family and loved ones, taking a day to pause before the full busyness of the holiday season gets into effect, and focusing on one another and a time to rest and to give thanks. I appreciate that. I was thinking that Thanksgiving is one of, if not the only, sometimes people get Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off, or New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. A lot of times they only get half days. But by and large, everybody gets, unless you're working Black Friday, both Thanksgiving, the Thursday and the Friday off. It's literally a 2-day holiday. And hopefully that's because it's that important that we would stop and pause amongst our busy life to give thanks for all that we have received, for the abundance of the harvest, for family and friends and community, a respite, so to speak. I hope during this Thanksgiving holiday you find a time and a space to just reflect and give thanks for all that you have been given and all that you've received. They say one of the ways to change your mindset from that of a scarcity mindset and reflecting on the things you don't have is to give thanks for the things you do. And even if there aren't many, it can put you into an abundance mindset, and you can begin to imagine and see all the things that you have been blessed with, and maybe that changes your perspective a little. For me, I am going to get up early and watch the parade and gather with family and friends, and be sure to eat a lot of dessert and bread. Those are things that a vegetarian can definitely eat. And as I said on Sunday, probably eat for about 3 days straight. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. And I look forward to seeing you next week for another Hump Day Hallelujah. Take care.